Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, I'm wearing my Grinch shirt today. I kind of bought some shirts for Christmas, and I wanted to put some Christmas spirit into some videos going into the holidays. And then I use this for my normal screen where I have the ocean in the background from a balcony view, and there's just one little thing. When I use this and the green screen in the back, it kind of looks like this. So yeah, when I wear my Grinch shirt and I'm behind the green screen and I want to do my videos with the holiday cheer, if I use the green screen, this is what happens. Can't do that. So yeah, with all the bad things that are going on in cruising and everyone's on nerve, I thought I'd bring up a few good things that are happening right now in the cruising industry, and that people can start to get a little more excited and a little more hopeful going into 2021 with some of the things that are going on. So, some very positive signs. First of all, let's talk about the cruise ship in Singapore, Royal Caribbean's Quantum of the Seas, that had to turn around and go back to port, and all the news medias jumped all over it. The stories, there was a case on board, and look, still see cruise ships aren't safe. Well, turns out it was a false positive. So that's right. The cruise still has not had a single positive case on that ship yet, and it's going into its fourth sailing now. Good news there. Also, the Sea Dream has been going on for 6 weeks, and it hasn't had a single case on board its ship as well. So more good news. In fact, did you know there have been over 200 cruises that have sailed now in Europe with only 3 cases entirely on board related to the large cruise ships? Again, really good news for us to hear. Some very positive signs going forward as well. A lot more cruise ships are arriving in North America. Carnival has plans for a bunch of ships to get started, but they're starting with 2 to begin with. We could probably see them starting 1 or 2 ships starting in January and February, and heading into 3, 4, 5, 6 ships by the end of February going into March. And so I'm just talking test cruises here. I'm not talking passengers, but we have to start somewhere. Also, the vaccine was approved in the United States. So the UK has approved it. We have approved it in Canada, and we've approved it now in the United States. And they say doses will start coming out as soon as tomorrow, Monday. Canada already has shipments on its way. United States has already been ramping up their production, and they are expecting to be able to go within the first 100 days of the president being sworn in. They're saying 50 million people should be vaccinated by the first 100 days. Now, it's not going to be a magic bullet. It's not going to be a magic cure, but any good news when it comes to the virus in the Canada and United States is only good news, right? So again, more positive news. And on direct cruise line notice, more crews have shown up to the cruises and are doing their entertainment again. I just got messages this week from 4 different people on 4 different ships who are all entertainers that I'm friends with, and they have now been reassigned to ships and are preparing for their shows. So they're very excited to be back on board and can't wait to show you some of the new numbers and some of the new songs and some of the new Broadway shows that they've been working on. And they say a lot of ships have been working on brand new shows during this time off. And so they're really excited to get going and show everybody, that they're back kind of thing. And they really are looking forward to seeing everybody back on the cruise ships. So a little bit more positive news. They're excited. I hope we're excited to see them when we can on cruise ships once again. As far as some really good news for the environment and cruise ships, Victoria Harbour here in Canada, out in British Columbia, has suggested that they have okayed getting shore power. So the cruise ships will no longer have to idle and to maintain power while they're waiting for their passengers to board and get off the ship, head on shore excursions, and they're basically going to be able to just plug it in, turn off their motors, and run everything on the ship from the shore power, which is far, far more environmentally friendly, especially in a place like Vancouver, getting close to the mountains and Alaska and all the nature protected areas is really close by in Vancouver and Victoria. Like it is within a few miles of leaving the shore. So the more emissions that are dropped, the better. And they're saying that not only will be able to do cruise ships, they're planning on doing the schedule in such a way that they can plug in 2 cruise ships, and they will schedule the cruise ships so that there is only 2 in port each day. And that should be okay for Victoria, as they're not the main cruise port. Vancouver is in British Columbia, but they do have a lot of stops. And they're even saying that during the time when the cruise ships aren't sailing, when it's not peak season, that they may be able to do this for some of the large freighters and plug-in freighters, so they're not sitting offshore idling as well. So they're saying that by doing this, just the cruise ship portion, they can cut by 50% all the pollutions coming from the cruise port during the peak season by doing this shore power. So that should make some environmentalists pretty happy. That should make the cruise lines pretty happy if they don't have to burn fuel while they're sitting there and just plug into electricity. That would be so much better. Now, it still has to be approved, but here in Canada, we have a prime minister who is really, really heavy into the environmental and green energy. And so if they're putting a proposal in to be a joint venture to purchase this shore power, and it's highly expected that he will sign off on it strictly because it's a green energy, and he just signed a huge bill for $800 million towards green energy during the COVID to turn it over. So good news for the cruise line industry. Good news for Victoria and Vancouver. It'd be nice if Vancouver could get that as well. It'd be nice if all cruise ports could get that and get those LNG ships started once again, which have almost 0 emissions when they're going. It's too bad that this pandemic has happened because it's delayed all these cruise ships, and even the cruise ships being built for LNG were going to be part of that. So it would have been much better to see them launched sooner than later, but who knows what's going to happen. So again, cruise ships are getting ready. They have the crews on board. We're looking at good shore power. We're looking at the vaccines hitting the country. Now, there are some problems with possibilities, but I don't want to bring that up today. I just want to show the Christmas tree in the background, and Mr. Grinch is peeking out. Oh, I can't do it. There he goes. Peeking out saying, hi to everybody. I'm not a Grinch at Christmas time. As you can see, let me see if I can show you a little bit down here quickly. We're not handing out gifts this year in the family. We do a Secret Santa. But I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to spoil the kids rotten when they come over, the grandkids and my nephew's kids and that. And so I'm spoiling them rotten. And I buy them stockings, and I thought this was the cutest little thing. All these little animals. And that, as you can kind of see, I like Christmas, and I like to spoil the kids on Christmas. I always have. My dad did it no matter how much money we ever had. We always had somehow a large Christmas. And I'm carrying on my dad and my mom's tradition because they always did it, and I'm darn sure I'm going to make sure that my kids and my grandkids always have a really nice Christmas. So yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well out there. I hope everyone's staying safe, and I hope the cruise good news cheered you up a little bit so you can start really looking forward to 2021, and let's just get rid of 2020 and pretend it never happened. Wouldn't that be amazing if March comes around and it's almost a thing of the past, eh? It would just lighten our day. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, why not give it a thumbs up? Why not hit that subscribe button for more videos about cruising, especially as it's getting ready to start up once again. And until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation and a great holiday. Less than 2 weeks to Christmas. Where does the time go?